So the first question I have up here is how you cope with living with a sibling 24/7, because that sucks. And I can definitely attest to this with a younger brother. He's 5 years younger than me. I do want to say that out of the gate, my brother and I have a tremendous relationship. We have a lot in common, interest-wise, so it helps there because our personalities are basically polar opposites of each other, but we both like the same things, so we can talk about those and do those and play video games together and stuff. So that's great. But yeah, siblings can be very annoying, especially because right now we're stuck with them 24/7, and we have this sense of, well, I mean, there goes kind of our privacy, because they're with us all the time. I mean, there's nothing you can do about them not being there 24/7 because they're in the same boat as you. But I think definitely establishing boundaries and establishing, especially if you don't have a very good relationship with your sibling, establishing what's okay and what's not okay, because there's definitely, I think, a sense with everyone of a lack of privacy or a lack of independence, especially being stuck with a sibling 24/7. And you can also look at it this way as there's no better chance than now to get to learn more about your sibling and to get to know them a little better. Because, I mean, previously, especially if it's a bad relationship, you probably weren't spending much time together during school or back before quarantine, but now you are. Use this as an opportunity. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, another thing to take into account with being with a sibling 24/7, especially in quarantine, as Joshua said, it is important to have your privacy time. So there's one thing being around your sibling 24/7, but you can always create your own space, even if that means you have to lock your door. Because I have a twin brother and we're basically inseparable. And sometimes he likes his private time, so he'll just like lock his door so I don't go in. But privacy is very important, especially when you're like surrounded by your family 24/7 because of quarantine. It'll give you time to do your own thing and it allows your sibling to do their own thing, so you don't become annoyed with one another and you can just hang out when you usually want to be together.
I think too, sibling relationships can become very, I don't know what the word I'm trying to think, maybe like homeostatic, like kind of just you have this dynamic and you can get really stuck in that. So if you have a negative relationship with your sibling, it can feel like that's just the relationship, right? Like you can't break out of that. That's just how it's been your entire life. But I think that as with all kind of cyclical things, like if one thing changes, then it can completely change the entire thing. So if it is something that you're wanting to have a better relationship with your sibling, I think it could take something really small just to consistently, I think, especially if you're kind of breaking out of something that's been ingrained for years, it can take one little thing to just break out of that, and your sibling, I'm sure, will catch on, and it could potentially pave way to this new kind of dynamic. It just takes a little bit of effort in the beginning, but then sooner or later, hopefully, with consistency and a lot of effort, it can kind of settle into this new dynamic that is a little bit more preferred.